Good morning, pregame crew. How are ya? It is, what day is it? It is Wednesday, May 29th, 2024, 6:24 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:24 a.m. Eastern Time. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Good morning, Shake and Bake. Hey, Greg, Tom, KK, Tess. Hey, Rob, Topher, One Liner. Hey, Mal. You're a sweet guy, dude. I appreciate the offer earlier to like give me passwords to your bank account and stuff. Just kidding. He didn't do that. Hey, Hector. Hey, Paula. Gita. Thank you, Night Truck. I appreciate it. I appreciate you all being here. If you have any chart requests, we have 4.5 minutes actually before we start the show. Let's get me warmed up because gosh, I need it. It's the Mondayest Wednesday ever, is how I feel. Feels like a Monday. Medellin. Hector, where is that? Sounds like Colombia. It's Colombia. That's what I thought. Hey, Ahmad. Hey, Donald. If y'all could hit that like button, I'd appreciate it. Nugget, I'm glad you're here. You know, I'm sure y'all have noticed my setup is different. I'm back on my MacBook Pro right now. You can tell. I've had comments. I have my CPU here. I don't have it fully set up. I sold my house and moved. And I don't know, actually, I don't know where I'm moving to. I'm in temporary housing situation. So, trying to figure out my life. You know, every time I'm on here, I tell y'all when y'all say Tuscany and Sweden and England, I'm like, oh, I want to go there. And right now, I have no housing situation whatsoever. Things happen pretty quick. So it seems like this should be the year that I just go travel and get a more mobile setup. Hector, it wasn't a good guess. I knew someone from Colombia, and I think, and I may have this wrong. He I don't know why he had Cali written on his shoe and Medellin on the other side. So, and I have one of my very best friends in the world. She lived in Colombia in high school, and I love going to Cabo with her because her Spanish is so good. Hey, success! Great morning. I'm not leaving Boise. No, I don't think I'm leaving Boise. I No, slightly worried about the election, had a decent asset in my home, and we wanted to sell and lock in the gains and try to figure out next steps. Can I chart pig? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it was a pretty home. It was our dream home, actually. However, y'all know me well, business person over here. And gosh, this is a great lesson. Let me just talk about it. So, if you have Abercrombie and Fitch, all right, and you bought it for $21 last year. Same time last year, you bought it for $22, let's say $22. And you're going into earnings this week and it's at $155. Okay, I did go to public schools in Louisiana. So let's just use this little cute tool over here. It's up almost 600% in a year. And that's how real estate has been in Boise, where I am. It has been exponential growth with all the California refugees. No offense, any Californian. I'm married a Californian, so no offense there. But you start looking at everything as if it's a stock as far as any asset or material thing. It's like, has this gone up too fast? And is this sustainable? And that's how I viewed our forever dream home. I'm literally just a dream. And that's how I viewed it. It had gone up too far, too fast, and it wasn't sustainable. So I don't plan on buying anytime soon. I want the election to get over and possibly find some bottoming in interest rates and maybe buy in the fall. And maybe I have to pay $500 a square foot. Who knows? Oh gosh, I love North Carolina. Thank you, KK. Thank you, thank you. It's 6:30. I need to start the show. And it seems as though I just have my friends here this morning. Don't have a lot of visitors. So since it's friends, I'm just going to ramble. How about that? Y'all down for some rambling? There are people in this room like Shake and Bake, like Mal, Lori, Tamazon, Jill, that every day, Night Truck, they show up. Renaissance, man, they show up and they're happy. Now, I happen to know some of these people personally, and they have a lot going on under the surface. A lot. I know of some health issues, just some real strife in their lives. Yet they show up here and they're positive. So it is 6:30 a.m. my time. It is 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. No matter where you are, take a page from their book today and be nice, be happy, be kind. We literally do not have another May 29th, 2024 that will ever get to live again, ever. This is it. This is the last May 29th, 2024. Let's make it great. And I want us to start visualizing the end of the day. How do we want to feel? How did we treat people? Did we follow our processes? And let's do that, gang. Okay? Hey, Dave, what I'm worried about with the election is just the unknown. I would say this is probably the most contentious, is the best word I can come up with, most contentious election of my lifetime. And I thought the one in 2016 was contentious, really contentious. Then I'm like, oh God, 2020, this is terrible, terrible. Was it 2020? Yeah. And then now, 2024, it's like, gosh, this is even worse. And people don't like each other and they're mean. And I am all about standing up for yourself in the strongest of ways, like a nutcake about standing up for yourself and especially the people you love. However, the amount of disdain that people have for one another with different beliefs is just reached a whole nother level. Okay, come to Florida. Tammy, is that where you are? I don't know why I just pictured you out in the Northeast as an urban lady taking on the town. Daniel Hoban, that's not a good reason to sell your home. Is that my husband who's disguised as Daniel Hoban? Because my husband's name is Daniel. My husband was not too happy with me wanting to sell the home. Once a business person, always a business person. All right, I'm going to get into the show because y'all didn't come here to hear me ramble. I appreciate you tolerating me for those 30 minutes, but let's move on to the show, all right? Good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. This made me LOL. Oh, that's so funny. All right. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community and we teach technical analysis. And what I do here every day on the pregame show, not every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, is I go over the market environment dossier. This is where I wake up in the morning and all the puzzle pieces are thrown on the floor. Okay, I'm going to continue rambling. Uh, my son, in order to entertain him when he was little, I would throw multiple puzzle pieces on, like multiple puzzles and their pieces on the floor at once. And he would put two to three together at a time. because he was such a little brainiac. So if you have a little grandchild or child that you want to challenge, throw multiple puzzles on the floor at the same time, the pieces, and then have them put it together without the picture. It's really good for their little brains. Today's a big day for me and my family. So if you're the praying kind, I'd appreciate a prayer. And if you're not the praying kind, good thoughts and energy. All right. So overall, we're looking more bearish than bullish. This 12-hour bearish diamond reversal pattern that we were looking at yesterday is becoming more of a reality for the bears and bulls. So 527350. So let's go over the anatomy of a bearish diamond reversal pattern. Higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, lower high. So it sometimes looks like a head and shoulders, but the difference is the right side has broken the neckline. So let's see if we can get a 12-hour higher low compared to 527350. We could get a higher low, EQ out and still break bear, or get a little bounce and break bear. Well, I gave you all bearish scenarios. We could also EQ out and break bull. Larger time frames, we are A-OK, potential weekly bull flag. So if these bear breaks don't get follow through, and I will scream it from the rooftops again, it's something that I have neglected repeating often that I think should be repeated every day, is if the bears or bulls are trying to do something, and it's obvious to a lot of people, this is their target, this is their goal, and they are unable to accomplish said goal, then that is market generated information and we need to file that away. What do I mean? If the bears are unable to, if they break 52.73.50, let's say they break it, and they're unable to get follow through, that is market generated information, and that is a check in the table of, or the column of the bulls. That is a big check for the bulls. If we get a bear break without follow through, write it down, mark it down, because let me write it down. If bears break support without a ton of follow through, okay, what the heck? If bears break support without a ton of follow through, potential weekly bull flag gets more validity. It's early. Typing is optional. So we're looking at this potential bull flag on the weekly time frame, and how do we know that it's still valid? Well, if we get this bear break without a lot of follow through, then you just start marking down, okay, wait a minute. If bulls are taken back over, that is a big check mark in favor of that weekly bull flag. All right, I'm going to stop right here and just mention the spring sell. So I have that right here. Let me pin that to the top of the channel. We only have two. So right here in chat, it's pinned at the top. We only have 2 sales per year. We have it as of this year. Last year, it was only 1 sale per year. So now we've made it 2. We have a sale in the spring, and then we have our Black Friday sale. And this is where you can get 12 months for the cost of 9 months, $200 off an annual membership. If you're like, oh my gosh, that's way too much money, I can't afford that, we also have a monthly membership. We don't have a deal with a monthly membership, but at least you can see, is this something I want? All right, so that is talked about and covered. Let's look at the investing calendar. So today we have the 7-year note auction. We have Fed Williams speaking. We have the beige book. API estimates on oil, because remember, oil inventory is pushed till tomorrow due to the holiday. And we have Fed member Bostic speaking at 6. He can tend to be slightly hawkish. All right, and then my last announcement is I will be doing a webinar that is totally free, in 27 hours to be exact, tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, addressing bad trading habits. So join me tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, and that link is in chat. All right. Ugh, all the business is done. Hey, Bill Goodman, that's interesting. I also joined TCG in February 2017, and I owned a company with 200 employees and managed physician practices all over the United States, continental, and in Hawaii. So I understand, and I had 5 kids at home. So, boy, do I know when you're super busy. The most successful traders have one big thing in common. They are obsessed with trading. So if you get obsessed with trading and this is something you want to do, absolutely, it's worth the money, it's worth the time. I used to trade. If my husband is listening, I don't know if he is, he doesn't ever comment in chat, but he can tell you that I would get up at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and study and then go to work and then come home and study some more. So if it's something you want to do, then absolutely it's worth your time and money. All right. Again, I'm all over the place, but I love you all. Thank you for dealing with me. Okay, NASDAQ has a 12-hour equilibrium, 4-hour downtrend. What does this look like on the 3-day? Okay, 2-day. Potential 2-day bull flag. We have 2-day inside bars on NASDAQ. We will be watching NASDAQ closely. It has a huge impact on the market. We're approaching hourly oversold. We did not get hourly oversold on NASDAQ yesterday, but we did on ES. So remember that. Night truck, a ton of follow through. And if you notice, when I stop and answer questions, it's usually TCG members. When I see them ask questions, I'm going to stop and answer. So let's just do the math right here. So we do not want the market to go to 52.1375, but it actually could go to 52.1375 and still be a potential weekly bull flag. I would say something like 52.60, 52.50. In my head, I kind of do a 0.5%. No matter what the price is, I don't do points. I do a 0.5%. And that's just me spitballing and looking at it. And we also don't want big bear volume on that follow through either, because then that means the bears mean business and we need to back away a bit. Speaking of the bears meaning business, look at VIX. VIX is on fire this morning. We have people, looks like they're hedging into GDP tomorrow and PCE Friday. We have jobless claims tomorrow as well. RTY is in a bad way. We're approaching support on the daily 204.490. Weekly's just fine. Plenty of room for a weekly higher low. 4-hour is oversold, but we got oversold Thursday and it did not mark that weekly higher low. So then we have to go to the higher time frame. So don't use that 4-hour oversold for the Russell for any potential buy, in my opinion. Hey, Pablo. If you're having a losing streak, what's something that you would do to reset yourself? I randomly asked that last week and got a lot of nice responses. So if you want to give me a follow on X at Chart Gallery, you can see those responses. But the main thing is take a freaking break and go into sim if you need to, meaning simulated into the simulator. You don't have to lose a lot of money while you're learning how to trade. If you're in the simulator and if you're paper trading, a high tuition is not necessary. I paid a high tuition, but it's not necessary. All right, the Dow is red. We are looking for a potential weekly higher low. This looks like a weekly bearish reversal pattern, actually. Sorry, a little yawn there. We're looking for a weekly higher low and the 4 hours oversold, but the 4 hour got oversold back here and it didn't mark that low. Yeah, the Dow is weak. Super weak. Hang Seng was super red overnight. DAX is red overnight. Bitcoin is red. I need to go faster. 4 hour is sideways. We have our EMAs overhead. Bitcoin does not look too stellar right now. Ethereum is holding the 4 hour 50 MA, looking for that daily higher low, potential hourly bear flag. Dollar is slightly green this morning. We are looking for that daily higher low, which looks to be set now. Now, do we get a daily lower high compared to 105,119? Super choppy right there. Speaking of choppy, this 4 hour has been choppy on gold. Higher high without follow through, higher high without follow through. Now we have a lower low. So just be careful that this isn't setting up a broadening formation. Oil, I'm looking for potential daily megaphone. Higher high without follow through, lower low, lower low. Daily 50 MA overhead. Your next resistance on oil is 8108. We're still holding these hourly EMAs. As long as that's the case, bulls are in control. Nat gas is on fire. Up 6.5%. Well, that doesn't look like it's on fire. Was it rollover last night? Looks like possible contango here. So I'm not going to comment on that. That looks like a futures rollover thing and not an actual price move. I'm not sure. All right. Apple gave up all the gains yesterday and closed 1 penny green. It had good news yesterday and it gave it all back. We are now opening slightly green and back holding yesterday's low. I would still be looking for a lower high compared to yesterday's high. Bears will be looking for their short. Amazon, we still have potential daily falling wedge. I really like it on the 4 hour. Lower low without follow through, lower low without follow through. If we break yesterday's high, that would be a positive sign for these Amazon bulls that the falling wedge is coming to fruition. I do like Amazon long. NVIDIA, I think I wrote on the whiteboard, I'm so eloquent, that this is the bulls flipping off the bears. They were opening green earlier. It is on back burner watch. NVDA is one of the queen of the mountain trades, looking for a 5-minute oversold during regular trading hours, not in pre-market, during regular trading hours. Tesla, we're not quite approaching yesterday's low. We still have $1 to go, but it has been weak. We're still holding the daily 50 MA. 171.43 is key support. All right, so I like NVIDIA for back burner, and I also like ARM for a back burner. ARM had a stellar day yesterday, and I am looking for 5-minute oversold during regular trading hours, and it would be helpful if the market was pulling in the same direction. Pins. So on pins, we have double daily inside bars. And they're not technically inside bars because they broke by a penny here and there. However, a penny does not a bull or bear break make. So I'm treating this as if it's double daily inside bars. And look at this squeeze on the hourly chart. Now, odds favor for it to go lower considering the preceding trend. So, sorry, I was just reading y'all's comments. Yeah, this has a major squeeze going on. This could get some follow through if it were to break down. W is looking for a weekly higher low, and 4 hour is oversold and it's gapping down. I think this gap down could be for buying, looking for that weekly higher low compared to 49.25. Don't just step in and buy blindly. Let's wait for an actual trigger to set up. And then finally, XLF. And then I have to wrap up. XLF is gapping down. I think this gap down could be for buying. Call me crazy. Where are you, Bob? Call me crazy. I'll remember that I said that today. We're at the daily 50 MA. Looking for that weekly higher low, 4 hours oversold. I think XLF gap downs for buying. I will be looking at XLF calls pretty early on in the market. Let's see. Yeah, I need to start moving this stuff over here because I am super interested in XLF. And I still have my tan short from yesterday live streamers. I still have it. Okay. All right, that's it for me. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. TCGers, I'm going to remember to copy the Queen of the Mountain and the med table over today. I didn't do that yesterday, and my sincere apologies. If you could hit that like button before you hit that exit button, I'd appreciate it. And give me a like on X at Chart Gal Lori, and check out our spring sale that ends this Friday. Come join me.